Hello, everybody.
Go ahead.
Critch, a lot went on out there tonight between posts and bars and cards and everything. What do you make of tonight's game?
Unfortunately, we couldn't get 3 points, but that is probably a great finale in a way to end this year. It was exciting. It was entertaining. We had adversity thrown right at us, and we saw the resilience and the character of the players. It's something we spoke about for a long time. So to not give in, to not quit, even though you could say there's nothing to play for in some way, is a great test of the locker room spirit and character as we finish off the year. I think there was a couple of moments that we definitely need to improve on. The 2 goals conceded were probably a big example of that. But you know, it's a first of many. For me, it's a first of hitting the woodwork 3 times and not coming away with 3 points in a game. But again, that seems to be the way the season's gone for us. But again, just massive thank you to the players for their effort and determination tonight.
It looked like, in the second half, especially, you guys were focused on trying to get those goals back. It looked like attack was about the main thing on your mind that whole half.
Absolutely. We wanted to go out tonight and make it a memorable night, make it an entertaining night for our fans. They showed up tonight, even with all the weather that St. Louis had today. They supported us, cheered us along, so we could give them nothing but 100% of intensity and energy tonight. I thought we were actually very good in a lot of moments with the ball. We created some very dangerous chances. I don't know the XG or shots or anything. Maybe you guys could fill me in as this goes on, but we missed a couple of moments where we could have won the game. And again, hitting the woodwork 3 times, just couldn't quite finish the plays off. But yeah, again, it was just an entertaining game. It was the way we wanted to finish the year, with an electric, exciting, fast-paced game.
And those 2 goals you gave up early, those just communication problems there in the back?
Yeah, that's one of the situations when you press aggressively. You've got to be mindful of when the press is broken. Tried to reorganize the team pretty quickly. So the first one, I think we missed a couple of moments high in the corner of losing second balls and it bouncing around. And then Falou and Kyle kind of just got dragged into a massive space that we shouldn't be ever dragged into. Late on a couple of challenges there, and that was the first one. And then the second one, I think I was a little surprised it didn't get brought back for a foul on Mackay. But again, I'm not going to make this about the referees and the decisions tonight if I disagree with a few of them or not. He didn't bring it back, and then we just got caught in transition. So, we can clean them moments up for sure for next year. They're moments that are easily cleanable. It was unfortunately got away from us. But again, the fight, the spirit to come back and keep playing to the last minute and almost winning the game late was massive credit to the guys.
Justin.
Coach, speaking of that, you mentioned XG earlier, but Olatunji has a brace in the first half. In the second half, it looked like Kyle Hero was maybe marking him a little more closely, to the point where he wasn't able to create much before coming out of the game. Was that a specific adjustment at halftime, or was it more of a reaction to what you had to say at half?
No, it was very specific. I mean, we done a great job in the first half utilising Conrad and Totti in the attack. So the more you use your fullbacks in the attack, the more you might be vulnerable to transition moments or defending with a 2v2 or a 2v1 even. But something that I told the guys at half-time is I don't want to go now into the second half and have Totti and Conrad just drop on the back line and be really reserved. We felt like we had a massive amount of success. So the messaging was to keep Conrad and Totti higher to create 2v1s in those wider lanes, and then put the responsibility on Chris Derkin, Falou and Kyle to just make sure that in the second half, Olatunji, Luna, they had no time and space. And I think you saw a much more aggressive trio with them 3 in the second half, and that's why we limited them to chances.
And then just talking about the environment, before the match, Roman Burki's extension announcement was played before the crowd. Was that something that you were aware was going to happen before the match? And how long did you know about the contract talks?
I've known, but yeah, it was something we'd planned. Again, I was outside, thankfully, for it. If I wasn't, I probably would have heard the fans screaming on it anyway. So it was a massive celebration. Look, it's a great statement for next year for the club to re-sign, your captain and a profile like Roman. So it shows his commitment to this city and this club. It shows the direction, the ownership want to take this team moving forward. So it's very, very exciting. And re-signing Roman, I think, is a massive deal for the club.
We'll go Raul. Coach, from day one that you were assigned as a head coach until today, what do you think that team has improved the most?
With the team?
Yeah, with the team.
I think just overall, we've shown that we're a very good attacking team. I've got a lot of data out there. I won't bore you with it today. We've got a lot of data out there to show that when you look at our expected threat, I think as of a week or two ago, since I took over, since today, we were like 3rd or 4th in the country in how we create chances, score goals. So we're very high up there. I thought we've developed on the ball attacking extremely well. You know, the first half of the season, that was not an identity of this team. They struggle to create chances and score goals. We've done that very well. And I would also say, as of late, I've been very proud of, I know we conceded 2 goals today, but the defensive, I'm going to say mentality overall of the players has made me very happy and very proud. They've bought in a lot to the defending side of the game now. So probably they're the big 2 moments I've enjoyed.
I also know that the season just ended and there's a long way to go for the next season in 2026. But if it was up to you, the decisions, what would you like the team to improve for next season, or what positions, what type of players will you bring for next season in 2026?
Yeah, I think, you know, when I look at it from an attacking standpoint, there's never enough spots that you can score more goals in than the wide areas as well. I think we've created goals with Clousie and Cello. As of late, I want to say the combined for 18 goals, 18, 19 goals maybe, centrally. Yeah. You know, we definitely want to be a team that can also create moments from wider areas and score goals as well. So having personnel there that can create chances and score goals would be great for the team. We also need to be very organised defensively. So maybe not a position for this, but a profile for this is a really good defensive against the ball type player that prides himself in that phase of the game and moment. Could be a centre-back, could be a 6, could be a full-back, but a really defensive-minded player on this team would really help us not concede as many goals.
Thank you, Coach.
We'll go Rockio, then Charlie.
Coach, obviously a push to work the ball down the left side of the field, but it seemed, especially in the first half, that it was causing the defensive structure to also get a little imbalanced, and everyone was, even after the transition, you know, Fall was getting pulled over to that left sideline a lot. Was there something in the second half that you guys kind of did to not reorganize things, but make sure that things didn't get as discombobulated as they were in the first?
Yeah, I think the information at halftime was to speak to Chris Durkin specifically, because when you had Chris, Conrad, and Toddy all release and all go forward, that's when we were the most vulnerable. And I felt like one of them had to stay back and help in the transition moments. The way the flow of the game was going, we were so successful in the wide areas attacking, whether that was starting the attack with Conrad off the dribble but finishing it with Toddy. But I felt like down the middle of the field, we could have had Chris being in a little bit more stable position. So we had Chris sit back a little more reserved or a little bit deeper for these moments, so we could continue with the success out wide. And I think having that +1 in them moments in the second half really helped us with not conceding too much transition.
I know you obviously haven't got to look at the tape or anything, but just your thoughts in the moment on Mackay and getting the start tonight and how he played.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy for him. I think, you know, the moment in the first, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes where he hits the post, just wish it would have dropped the other way for him. Obviously, it would have really, really made him feel super confident probably as the game went on. But yeah, we were able to get him some really good minutes, some valuable minutes. I know his attacking flair is something that he's spent time on and worked on, but I want to give him credit for his defensive efforts now as well. He, you know, I had Mackay since the academy days. I had to get into him a lot harder to get back on defense than what I do these days. So he is definitely learning on the defensive responsibility of his position. But yeah, as the season next year goes on, he's just going to get more brave, more creative in 1v1s and be a really good attacking player for the team.
Charlie.
Critch, there's 2 moments in the game that stand out to me. Both times, ball hits the post, bounces to a player that's flat-footed, not really ready to play it, and there's no capitalization on the chance. Can you speak on the importance of staying aware and staying on your toes in the box and being able to kind of pounce on those chances?
Yeah, we'd win the game 4-2. Yeah, look, I know the one for McSorley where Clousie hits it off the post and I think he's maybe 7-8 yards out and he's not anticipating it. It's very easy for us to sit here on TV and on camera when we slow it down and wind it back. These decisions are happening every 10th of a second. But they are the differences. They are the differences from, I think we mentioned this week, we were 7 points behind making a playoff spot. these are the small moments that individual behaviours and quality and sharpness in this organisation does need to improve. We know where we finished in the standings, and I think we've had a great end of the year. Now we've performed and picked up results, but the expectation and the standards at this club are very much higher, and they're the plays you have to finish off if you want to be a playoff run team.
Actually, we go to Drew, then finish with Tom.
Hey, Coach. With a game like tonight, do you feel the impact, like the momentum changes? Do you feel the impact of that more in a match like tonight?
Yeah, it was as in regards to like the openness of the game. Yeah, I mean, you know, Real Salt Lake are coming in a position where they don't quite know what they need because of the couple of teams that are competing for the playoffs. But they came out and in all fairness, made it much more open and transitional than what we were anticipating. Probably a lot of that leads to the result that they need in the game. But as the space opened up and as the game became more transitional, I think it favours us against a lot of teams in this country. We're very quick and fast off the attack. We have now really good mindset to get back in and defend well. So definitely an exciting, entertaining game for the finale of 2025. It's probably a game that recaps the entire 34-game season in 90 minutes for this team. Is exciting, entertaining, lots of goals, too many conceded, and too many moments where we missed big chances. But that's probably the cap on 2025. So now it's all about 2026 and how do we make sure we get into next season as a really strong contender for a playoff team moving forward.
And we had less fans tonight, but it sounded like they're louder than any game I've been to. What's your message to the fans?
My message is just very simple. It's thank you so much. They have been very constant in showing up all season for this team. Every single player and staff member in that locker room knows the importance for this, for the players and staff. So for me, thank you so much to all the fans. They've been A+ all season, and we couldn't have done it without them.
Tom, go ahead.
Was the plan for Marcel to take the penalty kick? 'Cause
I wouldn't say yes or no. What I can say to you is we drew up a scenario yesterday in training, just to put a situation on the game that we played, and it was having a penalty against Roman. And I asked Cello and Edu who wants to take it, and Edu stepped up and took it in training. But I think it's one of those where Marcel would he have got 10 goals? Would that have been his 10th goal? So a nice round number to finish the season for him. What that shows to me, for Edu, is I would probably say Edu's the first penalty taker on the team. What that shows to give Cello the ball to take it is an act of, selflessness and a true test of everything I've talked to you guys about away from the field. Building character, building togetherness, building brotherhood. So to give up that big moment to Cello, I thought was massive. And Edu gets rewarded with the second take.
And on the Klaus's goal, is that a designed play there? Long throw in?
Yes, we've definitely. I'm so grateful we've scored from that moment, especially for Alex, who does our set pieces. But yeah, one of the ideas is to target Falou in the front zone, and from there just react to the ball quicker than the opponent. So we had a couple of moments this year that we didn't quite capitalize on. Thankfully tonight, we were in the right place at the right time for that second goal.
And how bad was the rain down there? We're under an overhang. We have no idea, but it looked like it was coming down pretty hard.
Yeah, I'm pretty drenched through. I had a nice final game day attire that I was going to wear, but I elected to go with the black puffer jacket from the club because it was pretty wet out there. So, brilliant British football and weather is what I would say.
Perfect.
How do you, just the end? The year is over. I mean, you've been in this chair for more than half the season. How do you feel you did?
Yeah, I feel like I done a great job. The one thing I was always wanting to be clear on when I stepped in was, for me, a lot more needed to be fixed than just the football on the field. There was a lot of stuff off the field that needed to be addressed and be fixed and set new standards, expectations. I feel like we've done that fantastic. I think the football improved dramatically on the field. Whether you are the coach of the team and you say that because you're biased, or you're a neutral and you just watch the game. It's entertaining and it's exciting. There's definitely moments we have to clean up on, but that's what we're going to do over the off season here as we prepare for 2026. And I always said I just wanted to be analysed off the situation I was given. You know, I had a situation where I stepped into a locker room that was probably a little bit more disconnected than what we want. We had a lot of injuries thrown at us throughout the first short period of me stepping in. But overall, I'm happy with my performance. Yeah, I thought I'd done a good job.
Critch, thank you.
Thank you, everybody. I'll miss your faces.
Go ahead.
Eddie, Critch was saying this game almost like summed up the season, just how scored goals, gave up goals, could have gotten a better result and didn't. Does it kind of look that way to you?
Yes, definitely. I think in general, although Salt Lake is a good team and broke our press multiple times, I think we made it difficult on ourselves today. At moments we didn't press properly, or we didn't win the 50-50 duels, and then we were just sometimes just too open. It was too easy to create a chance against us. And I think we ourselves, like, we created so many chances, but then we have to just be more clinical in front of the goal, for sure.
Yeah, when you hit the frame 3 times in one game, does it seem like one of those nights this just isn't going to happen?
Yeah, it seems sometimes like that. It's a little bit frustrating. I don't know. Did we hit the post once or twice
2
again?
posts and one and the crossbar.
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure. But yeah, we also want to look at the good things, that we are always able to create chances, that yeah, we are able to compete with all teams in the league.
What went on the penalty kick? Did you let Marcel take the initial one, and how did the whole thing play out?
Yes, and then yeah, we decided that after that I take the second one. I don't want to say too much. I keep it between me and him.
So you don't want to say why you let him take?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We'll go to Rockio, then Justin, and Charlie.
You're just talking about everything being too open. So, I mean, just looking forward even to next year. And I know the fixing the defense was a big thing going into the year, and then it switched to having to fix the offense. So going into next season, playing this same style, how do you guys close out being too open while still being able to produce offensively?
Yeah, that's definitely a good question. I think the rest defense has to be there. We have to be more organized and more structured. That it can't be that we I mean, in some moments it happens that you are man to man, but I think in general, you should be able to create a +1, to have 3+1 at least in the back. And sometimes we don't have that because we are not structured enough. But then I think there are also times where, I think especially on the goal, was it the first or the second goal, I can't remember now, where we opened the middle instead of letting the ball go to the outside and then deal with that. I think these are critical moments and things that we can't allow.
And then tonight you're talking about needing to be more clinical. You seemed like you were really going for goal tonight. A lot of aggressive shots, more so than we really ever seen from you. Was that part of the game plan? Was that just something you noticed kind of opening up for you tonight?
No, I just found myself in good positions today and got a lot of opportunities, but that's definitely something really critical with myself, where a couple of times I should have at least hit the frame. Yeah, should have done better. Yeah, definitely something I'm gonna analyze not gonna be happy about. But yeah, the good thing is that I found myself in the positions and got a lot of shots off.
We got to go quickly here. So Justin, Charlie, then Lynn.
I did before the team walked out onto the pitch. Roman Burki's extension video was played for everyone. For the club and for you as part of the leadership group, what did it mean to just have him be part of the building of the future of the club?
Yes, I mean it's crucial for sure. Roman has been one of the key parts, key players of this club from the very start. He has been the captain from the very start, and yeah, we respect him. We know what he's capable of. He's a good teammate, you know, and he's a great player, obviously, no doubt. And yeah, I'm excited for him. I'm excited for him. We all are that he's going to be here next season. And I think you can tell by the crowd that they are all also very excited about it. So I think it's a really good thing for us and for the entire club, for the community, for the city.
I think they're about to do a team talk, so we go Charlie, then Lynn, then we finish with that.
There's been a lot of change and a lot of things happening this season, whether it be staff changes, whether it be player changes, and changes in results for the team. How would you describe this team's identity going forward? Is City going to be a team that's going to be physical? Is City going to be a team that's going to try to be really precise in shots? You know, what is this team's identity going forward?
Well, to be very honest, that's kind of a tough question to answer because we don't have a sporting director yet. We don't have a new coach yet. We don't know who's going to be the coach. If you ask me, like in general, what the club stands for, then I'm going to tell you that against the ball, we want to be aggressive. We want to press high. We want to suffocate teams in playing like very aggressive and coming back to the roots, how we started. And yeah, if you ask me, like for now, I think we should be then on the ball, the team that we have shown in the last couple months that is really good on the ball, that can create a lot of chances. But now we just need a restart. We just need a restart. We need to come back to those roots defensively and be more stable defensively, and then offensively we need to be better on the ball, and then just practice all those things, and that just takes time. That just takes time, and that doesn't happen overnight. So I'm really excited for the future of this club because I'm 100% confident that this club is a team that belongs in the playoffs, that is a playoff team that should be higher in the table. The potential is there, but now it's about what we do with that.
We'll just wrap up right now.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, Critch had talked about obviously some of the growth that you guys had on the field, but he also talked about as a group there being some growth there. How would you describe how the team has sort of evolved through this season on and off the field?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I think the results and the way we play are also proof of that. Even the games where we didn't get results, because like for so long, and I think there were so many factors, and like honestly, you can't get around how many games with critical referee decisions that also decided the game, and I think today was also kind of a day like that. Yeah, not to search for excuses. There are also a lot of other games where we blame ourselves. It's not that we are always looking to something else and then blame all other people. But we knew pretty long ago that it's going to be very tough to make it to the playoffs. But you didn't see a team that gave up. You saw a team that consistently kept going, kept working hard, and grew together more and more closely. And the way we played is just proof of that. I mean, even tonight, like Salt Lake is still fighting for a playoff spot. You could say we are playing for nothing, but in the end of the day, we always gave everything. We always tried our best, and we never left ourselves hanging. So I think that's definitely spot on.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, Roman.
Hello.
Congratulations. Glad to have you back. What was this night like for you with, the announcement before the game and the crowds going nuts, and then 30 minutes in, it looks like, 2 goals are given up and you're shouting, gesturing at your defenders.
Yeah, so I didn't see the announcement. I heard that they are going to do it, so I'm happy about this is the part that makes me very happy tonight, and that we are finally making it official. And the other thing is the game, like again, kind of summarized a little bit, the game summarized a little bit the whole season that we have had. Bad start, some chances to create, to score goals, and at the end we fought back, and we tried, but it wasn't enough to win the game.
The 2 early goals, it was just looked like the defense just wasn't. People were reacting wrong and were not doing what they're supposed to be doing on those plays.
Yeah, I mean, it's also a little bit on me. I think on a better day I would stand higher. I would anticipate that pass into the space and maybe be there to clear it. But I think that's what both of the center backs also thought. Mm-hmm. So I'm definitely it's definitely also on me in this situation and today. But yeah, it's just like I said, it's up and down, not really consistent, and that's what we were missing.
But you decided to come back. Was there anything that swung it for you to say, yes, I want to be in St. Louis?
I mean, I love what I'm doing. I love to come into the facility every day. I love the guys here. I love the people around me, and so that's the most important thing. There are more important things than just soccer. And so I feel very good and very happy here. So that's very important to perform, and I just have the feeling that this chapter is not over yet for me. I want to achieve something. I want to attack again next season, personally and obviously with the team.
Justin, then Rahul.
And just kind of looking at this team and how they responded in the second half, down 0-2 to come in against a team that was fighting for their playoff lives, really, but to be pushing until the end of the game. Did that speak a little bit to just some of the cultural change that's happened over the back half of the season to be able to fight back into the game like that?
Yeah, I mean, we can see already like change. I think when Critch took over, there was a change mentality-wise, because he didn't let just like everything. How do you say that? Like he was a little bit more strict, Like there were standards that he asked from us, and we had to live up to them, and that started off the field and obviously also on the field. So towards the end of the season, I wouldn't say it was luck that we won away games all of a sudden. Like we worked for it hard, mentality-wise, and like you said, like we try to bring in a different culture a little bit, like, and we definitely still need to improve for next season. Yeah.
With you continuing for next season, Roman, what do you talk with the rest of the group, with the rest of the players about the next season, 2026, about if Critch is going to continue in the first team or not? Will you like him to stay, maybe not as a head coach, but definitely with you guys on the first team?
Yeah, I kind of talked with the guys about things that we can control, like it doesn't help if we speculate who's going to be coach, who is Critch is going to stay. I think everybody in the club knows what we think about Critch and how thankful we are to what he did for us and helped us finding back to winning games. But for me, it was like, I know that not all the players will be here next season that are here now. So, but also the guys who are going to be here, they are on the right track. They know how it is to be in a losing team. I would say, like second season in a row now, where we didn't perform to our standards or what we actually can, because we have quality, just not consistency and maybe not the mentality at the moment and not the culture. But I told them, like, we are good enough to compete in this league, and we just need to work harder and be more consistent and holding each other more accountable.
So that's why you say that that's something that the team has to work on for next season: consistency and mentality.
I think that's definitely the start. Like obviously, we need to bring in players who perform on a weekly basis. Who you can start on a weekly basis and not playing 2 games and then injured for 3 games. And we have to change all the time. You need consistency also in that kind of part of the team. Like we need players who are available. Availability sometimes is more important than ability. So I think that's very important for us.
Thank you.
We'll finish with Lynn.
Roman, I know you said obviously your comfortability here in St. Louis was a big part, but did you, I guess, what type of sense did you get of the direction of things? Because obviously there's still decisions, like you said, that you can't control, but what sense did you get that made you comfortable with the direction of the club?
I mean,
for a couple more years.
I had a lot of talks with Diego, and also they showed me what they want to do. They showed me things that I can't tell here, because they trust me and they show me what they want to build here, what their plan is, and who they're trying to bring in. So for me, it's just a sign that they're actually very interested in like making that club a winning team and bringing a winning culture into that club, and that's exactly what I want to see. I was also very, very honest with them, like I wouldn't say sometimes, like I might react a little bit over the top, that's me. But I've told them, like, look, I need authentic people. I need players who are not hiding. I need players who are taking responsibility, who are not scared to say something, who are not scared to think, who are like worrying about, what is he thinking about me if I say that, Like we need to have honest conversations with each other. We are a team and everybody wants to make each other better, and that's the way they want to go, and that's was very important for me.
Roman, thank you.
Thank you, guys.